husband of Naomi. Clap. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Please have your seat. I thank you so much for making it down to this occasion. God bless every one of you. I wish Baba could continue. I will deliberately brought him to speak with us. So now that we know that you enjoyed him, we are still going to schedule so that he can come and talk to us more. He has a lot of things. I was praying that Baba shouldn't divulge everything because we won't go. He has a lot of information. That man you are saying. Have you been having a nice time? Our gathering today, God is aware. And He has brought every one of us together because He has separated us. And everything He has in stock for us, we will achieve. Say amen to that. Amen. So I greet you all from Love City Charity Foundation. A foundation that is modeled to bring dreams alive. We thank God for the opportunity He has given us since the time we have started this foundation. And God has been faithful to keep us or to bring us this far. This foundation was actually founded in May 29. About 6-7 months back now. When we started this foundation, it was as if it was not going to work out. But we knew what God told us. So we continued in it. And today, to the glory of God, we have over 1,000 members on board. As a matter of fact, the messages that some of us received, some people did not receive them. Because we asked the computer to pick at random. We knew we were going to do it in a small place like this, but we needed to do it here so that people of Ibadan can know where to come to for their customer care. And that is why we are having it here. If we release all the information to every member, which I don't have to apologize to some people that might not have received the message now. But I thank God that you received it, and it's not by mistake. God had you in mind. So I congratulate you once again. I bring greetings to you from the Board of Trustees. In every of my presentation, there is something that I hammer on so frequently. And it is the fact that in Love City Board of Trustees, we don't have people with big names. We don't have people with big education. But we have people with big integrity. People that we talk and we meet it there like that. And that is what we need to grow a thing. What matters in anything in life is that the presence of God or the acknowledgement of God must be on such thing before it can work out. And so we started, and God has been faithful. And I want to announce to us again that the opportunity available to every one of us seated here is the same opportunity available to every member of the board. In other words, you can be richer than the member if the member is not doing his work. Everybody is on the platform. Everybody is doing the network. The same opportunity you have, sir, is the same of the opportunity I have. And that is how to grow a thing. Because we have called it a charity program, and it must be channeled towards that charity program. I have had calls to answer so many questions about the programmers, about how we have done this, about how we have done that, and I wish to just tell us a little bit of the people behind the scene. The team leader of our developer is called Leke Kwam. As a matter of fact, he finished in Lagos State University as a chemical engineer. He's a seasoned programmer, a software developer. Seasoned. He's a founder and executive chairman of AfriSoft Interactive Ventures Limited, founder of BookPay, and founder of eStore Company. As a matter of fact, he features on the Lagos TV often to discuss about. We also have board of volunteers. The board of volunteers, they are the charity executors in Love City Charity Foundation. As the president of Love City Charity Foundation, I don't have any business in spending the charity money for the charity. I don't have any business in saying that we want to do charity in this locality and I'm the one bringing out the money to do the spending, to do the buying. It is the people we call the BOV, Board of Volunteers, and they include leaders with ordinary and bronze registration. That is, when you register as either ordinary and bronze, when you become a leader, you are a part of Board of Volunteers. The second is the directors with silver and gold registration. The third is executive with diamond registration. The fourth is all ambassadors, and the fifth is all state coordinators. These are the people that anchor the programs. Our first major charity work, aside the small one we have done, the major one we have done, was actually handled by this group of people. It is to show the commitment to what we want to do. It's about making people's lives better. And that is what we are committed to. As a matter of fact, that is the only thing that will enable us to continue in this program. Because if we say 1 naira is for the poor, 1 naira is for the needy, and the 1 naira refuses to go to them, they will have problem with God. But we are committed to make this thing happen. I said in one of my statements, I said we don't have to be white to be wise. God created everybody equal. It depends on how much thing you want to get from him that you get. Then we have a cross-board entry level, meaning that people can register on any level of choice, or whatever you can come in with, because as a foundation, people come in to register. When you register and make your donation, you do it once, and you have various levels you can come in on. It is not cumbersome. We have had several people coming in on 3,750, several people on 7,500, 15,000, 30, 60,000. Whatever you have that you can give to the poor, that is what you come in with. And of course, we have robust compensation plan. The compensation plan that we have in Love City, I can authoritatively say that it is second to none. Because this compensation, I thought you want to clap. Please clap if you want to. Because the compensation plan we have in Love City, you will discover that it is about the people. If we come out as a company and say, give us money, we want to do charity, we are only enriching the company. But if we say we want to empower you with a program that you can do charity, I think that is better. So this program is actually to empower the people. And I will briefly just explain to us how this compensation plan works with Love City Charity Foundation. As it is designed, your first level can take just 10 people. To the extent that even if you have registered 100 people, 50 people, 30 people, eventually you will have 10 of them under you, and the excess will spill down to every other person under you. That is the charity that we operate in Love City Charity Foundation. And then we have said that no matter your level of registration, whether you came in with ordinary, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, whatever you were able to register with, you can actually register people on any level of choice also. What do I mean? If I come in and I've registered in Love City Charity Foundation and I've made my donation, then I can bring people in on ordinary, I can bring anybody in on bronze, on silver, on gold, on diamond. No restrictions. Then, when I'm bringing anybody in with ordinary directly at my first level, my compensation from Love City Charity Foundation is 1,000 naira for bringing the person in. Is that taken? If the person I'm bringing in is coming in with bronze, then the person pays 7,500, but Love City sends to me 2,000 from that donation, which is my own empowerment. If the person is coming in with silver, 15,000, then Love City gives me 4,000. If it is gold, 30,000, Love City gives me 8,000. If it is diamond, 60,000, Love City gives me 16,000. The people that you have brought in, they will also continue to start bringing in their own people. And that is why you have the second level. If I bring daddy in, for example, if he's going to bring any other person in, that person will be on my second level. Is that taken? So when anybody is coming in on my second level, if the person is coming in with ordinary, Love City sends me how much? 500. If the person is coming in with bronze, how much? 1,000. Or silver, how much? 2,000. Gold, how much? 4,000. Diamond, 8,000. And it goes like that to the 5th level. And on the 5th level again, I hope you know you don't have to know all these people. The only people you know are your 10 people, am I correct? Yes. Just your 10, okay? So, but by the time you start having people coming in on your 5th level, and then let me quickly say this again, you don't have to complete your 10 to earn. You can bring one person and earn. When you bring one, you are paid. When you bring two, you are paid. You bring three, you are paid. As people come into your network, you are paid. Not until all the required numbers are filled up. Am I communicating? Yes. Good. Now, by the time you get to the 5th level, and somebody comes in on your 5th level, and the person is bringing 3,750 for his donation, you are sent how much? 1,000. If the person brings 7,500, you are sent how much? 2,000. If it is silver, you are sent how much? 4,000. Gold, how much? 8,000. Diamond, how much? 16,000. There was a night my wife woke up to meet 16,000 in her account. Before we slept in that night, we checked that account, nothing was there. But she woke up and saw 16,000. What happened? She didn't bring anybody. But what happened in that case? Somebody did what? Somebody came in on the 5th level. And that is how it can continue to occur. Is that taken? Good. I want you to see something before we go to the next slide. When anybody brings ordinary, for example, 3,750, somebody collects 1,000, am I correct? Somebody collects 500, somebody collects 125, 125, 1,000 on the same 3,750. If you add all the money that was sent out from the 1st to the 5th level together, you get how much? 2,750. How much did the person bring?
3,750.
How much is remaining?
1,000.
Meaning that for every 3,750 somebody brings in, 2,750 is paid out as commission, okay? And it's remaining the balance of how much? 1,000 naira. That is, Love City will always have 1,000 naira on everybody that come in with 3,750. The same thing goes with bronze. If somebody brings 7,500 as donation, somebody will collect 2,000 from that money, okay? Somebody will collect 1,000, okay? 250, 250, 2,000. If you add everything together, you get how much? 5,500. Then if you remove it from 7,500, it's remaining how much? 2,000. Meaning that this suggests to you that whenever anybody comes in on your team, you are compensated no matter what. There is nothing like the money is not enough. Because after distributing the compensation for each member on your team, there is still a balance of how much? 1,000 naira. So there is nothing like, the money got stopped or the money finished at a point, it didn't get to me. Nothing like that. The money will get to all of the 5 members in your team, and there will still a balance of 1,000 naira. Are we getting it? Yes. Now let us quickly do a calculation. Ordinary case scenario. We want to assume that everybody on your team, they are coming in with 3,750. That is the worst case scenario. In the worst case scenario, look at what can happen on your team. How many people can you have on your first level? We are assuming that everyone is coming in with 3,750. So if you are taking 1,000 on each of the 10 people, how much would that be? 10,000 naira on the first level. Then you will give how much to the poor? 2,000, which is 20% of what you earn, okay? Then your empowerment is what?
8,000.
The surplus on each of those 10 people will be how much? Remember that on these 10 people, 1,000 is remaining on them. So that is what we call surplus, and it is how much? 10,000. On your second level, you are getting 500 naira on 100 people. How much will that be eventually? 50,000. How much will you give to the poor?
10,000.
How much is your own?
40,000.
Then the surplus on your team as at this time will be how much? 100,000 naira. The same thing with your third level. On 1,000 people, 125 naira will be coming to you. This 125 multiplied by this 1,000 is 125,000. Then you will give 25,000 naira to the poor from that money. Your empowerment is 100,000 from that. Then your surplus is how much? 1 million. Now let us jump to the fifth level. How many people will be on your fifth level eventually?
100,000.
Must you know all these people? Must you know any of them? As a matter of fact, you can't know them except to check their names on your network. I have people in states that I don't have to know. So many of us have people in other states that you don't have to know them. The truth of the matter is that whenever they come in on the fifth level, you will earn how much on each of them?
1,000.
If you are to collect 1,000 naira on 100,000 people, how much will that be eventually?
100,000.
How much is that? 100 million. Because whenever anybody come in on your fifth level, Love City sends 1,000 naira to you. So eventually, after 1 year, after 2 years, and they keep coming in from there, after 3 years, and then the thing just got completed, then you would have earned 100 million as commission. How much would you have given to the poor also eventually?
20 million.
Are you giving it at once? You were giving it gradually. As the money comes in, 20% is deducted for the poor. So how much would you have taken home?
80 million.
80 million in your account once. It comes in gradually. If you check all your alerts, by the time you are rounding off Love City program and you check all the alerts you have received, that is what it will add up to. And the people sending Love City money, both pay, they can send any amount. There are people registered with the CBN to send any amount. And they are responsible, Love City is responsible and have signed for anything called money laundering. Any money you are paid is not a woof. It was the money you worked for. Because if I didn't know him, or I didn't bring him into the network, he would not have brought somebody else that I'm receiving something from. He would not have brought another person else that I'm receiving something from. So whatever I get on that thing, I am not getting a woof. Some people call it a woof. It is my payments. Whenever I receive my alerts, I thank God for my payments. Say my payments.
My payments.
So if you see it as a woof, God is not happy. God is not happy. I discovered in my early days when they will ask us to, they will give us envelopes to be given to people because we have programs. We still do it now. They will give us envelope and then you'll be giving it to people to just help you sign money so that you can. I discovered that it is easier to collect 1 naira from many people than to have only one envelope for somebody to give you 1,000 naira. And that is the concept God has given us. It is easier to collect small money over several people than to get the bulk of the money from one person. And that is what Love City is all about. Now, by the time you calculate all this is what it will amount to, over 100 million. Then over 20 million to charity, over 81 million for the empowerment. In the worst case scenario, the case that people are coming in with 3,750. Now, this surplus, I hope you know it's your own also. It is still your own because you are already giving to the poor. So we don't have any reason to make you suffer this surplus. So that is why the surplus is separated for our awards. People will be collecting tablets, people will be collecting cars. By the grace of God, some people will collect tablets today. But the next meeting we'll be holding, which by the grace of God will be whether in February or May. We may have in February and May. We will have people who are qualified for cars. Do you know why? Please clap. Do you know why? Because Love City is about charity. It has not called us to enslave us. I am sorry I will not mention name, but I studied the compensation plan of a particular network, which is also charity in nature. I discovered that for me to get a car, I would have made 125 million for the charity. Then they will give me a car of 3 million. It's not supposed to be. If it is charity, it has to be charity. And that is why to achieve anything in this charity organization is as easy as ABC. Now, the group charity, the 20% that is deducted from your account is actually to meet the mission statement of Love City Charity Foundation, which is to provide charitable aid to the needy, the poor, the widow. We name them. Everyone must benefit. The truth of the matter is that if we don't come together, as a matter of fact, nobody will do it for us. I look at people when they say the government has not paid, they have not paid salary, they have not done this. That is not what God wants from us. That is just the truth. That is just the truth. It should be a situation whereby money, he said goodness and mercy will follow me. Now, if I start following it, is it not abnormal? That's why money runs away most of the times from people. Because it says goodness and mercy will follow you. But when you are following it, it will say this thing. Why is it following me? It's not running away. Because it's meant to follow you. So when you sleep and you wake up with alert, goodness is following you. Because you have done something. And what you are doing is to the best of your knowledge, what God, as a matter of fact, according to my own Bible as a Christian, what we do to the poor is what will qualify us to enter into that kingdom. Because when I read that passage that said some people queried Jesus and said, but we have done this, you didn't allow us to enter. Why now? And Jesus said, even though you have done it, but there is something you didn't do. He said, what? He said, when that lady was sick, did you visit her in the hospital? He said, I will ask you. He said, after you have done all that miracle, sir. He said, that man that was not having clothes living beside you, did you pass on clothes to him? When I realized that the sin of that man, the only sin of that rich man was that he didn't give Lazarus something to eat. It's not that because he was rich. His only sin that made him not to enter into Abraham's bosom was that he didn't give Lazarus, the poor man at his gate, something to eat. So no matter how we gather property, no matter what we gather on earth, we have so many speakers who have spoken today before I came on board. Thank you, Mrs. Toyin from Lagos. Thank you, Kenny Dukoya. Thank you. Okay. Was there a presentation on rat race? I don't think so. If you had that presentation, you would have also loved it. So what we do in life to the poor is what matters to God. As a matter of fact,
so what you are saying,
the woman sent thank you message to God, to every Love City member
children with special needs
participated in this project.
What can you really say to the project we are doing in your school, ma'am?
Well, I want to say I'm Mrs. Omoyero, the new head teacher for school for the children with special needs. I really appreciate Love City Foundation for their project. I mean, completion of the school hall. The hall has been there for many years. But I just thank God the day God brought them in fast. I appreciate it because even the work was so they make it so fast that even I didn't expect time the project was completed. I appreciate them. I appreciate the member, the coordinator, all those that are supporting the Love City. I say God will bless them. God will reach their pockets and they will continue, they will never be tired. And more will happen in this school in the name of Jesus. It shall be well with you.
If you are a Love City member in the house, please start for yourself. Just start for yourself. When we got to that woman and we saw that these people are handicapped and they are still living in an environment that is not befitting. Politicians will only come and tell them vote so that we will do it. Oh, so we have to be waiting for people to vote before these people will have a life to live. If we don't do it, the government will not do it. The politicians will not do it. And don't think God will ask the politician on that day. They will ask you and I. It's not the government they will ask. They will ask you and I. And if you say you don't have, that is more serious. Because in his mind you are rich. In his mind. As a matter of, if you go to God poor now, he will ask you what happened. Because he will open a window for you and he will say what your life was supposed to be. He will ask you what happened. We also have a leadership table, which is very, very easy to also get across. Every member of Love City will achieve whatever you see on board. Let me quickly say it because we have to rush now. Some people are traveling back, came from afar. Now, when you register with Love City, if you register as ordinary member, 3,750. Before you become a leader, you will need 800 people on your team. Then you will get an iPad. If your donation is 7,005 bronze, you will need 400 people on your team. Then you will get an iPad. You are a leader. Silver, you will need 200 people. You get an iPad. You are a leader. Gold, 100 people. Diamond, 50 people. Is that okay? Then for you to get your first car, this counting will continue. 51, 52, 53. If it reaches 1,250 people under you, then you will get your first car. If your own donation is how much? 60, which is diamond. Then if it is gold, you need how many people? If it is silver, how many people? Bronze, how many? Ordinary, how many? 20,000 naira. So as a matter of fact, we have some leaders that have come. We actually have two sets of leaders. The first set, they are the people that have met their points based on their registration level. And the first person is Mr. Ojo Benedict, but he's not around, but he has sent a representative. Please come forward so that you can get yes, Mr. Femi. Oh, Mr. Yeah, you can come. Thank you very much for your participation in this program. God bless you. And we hope that very soon you are going to be qualifying for a car very, very soon. The second person is Mr. Oluwafemi Ogunade. This gentleman is a man of honor. So many times he would call me in the dead of the night and he will be teaching me what I do not know. Teaching me what I am supposed to be aware of. Telling me things that I would not have thought of. Things that will benefit every Love City member. Things that will make this network to grow. He said to me, Mr. Austin, he said, if I collect my car quickly, it means that I would have given a lot of money to the poor. I said yes, because that's what it means. If you get your car now, it means that you have given a lot to the poor. You don't know that's the invitation. If you are getting your tablet now, it means that you are giving a substantial amount to the what? To the poor. If you are getting your second car, it means you have been giving the millions to the poor, and so you are worth what you are taking. And so this man proved beyond any reasonable doubt that is a leader indeed. And I hope that people can follow suit, so that every one of us, this iPad we are giving out now, I would have loved that it should be like 50-70% of people that are in attendance. But I know that very soon you are going to come on board by the grace of God. So Mr. Oluwafemi Ogunade, thank you for being a part of Love City. Thank you very much. God bless you. Then for the cars, I've told us how we are going to be qualifying for the cars also. And I want us to know that if you are qualifying next year, you are getting the 2015 model of your Lancer. And as a matter of fact, that 215 model is half. So that is what you are getting when you are qualifying next year. Don't sit behind and say, will they give me? The truth of the matter is that